So I'm an Emma Chamberlain fan.
Listen, I'm just not ready to go back to LA yet. I'm gonna wait until something forces me to go home. It's almost like a scavenger hunt. It's like, okay, first stop, I want to find a coffee shop. Then I just walk until I find one of those. And it's like, next thing you know, you've been out all day and you had a great time.
This is actually how I recommend that you get to know a city you're traveling in. You just figure out like, what's like one thing I would enjoy accomplishing. Keep it simple, it doesn't need to be fancy, and then just go for that. I want to buy some eggs and I want to buy, some fruits and veggies. Let that be the thing. And then just walk around until you find it. My mission is water, juice, snacks. Yes, you can totally use Google Maps, although in Mexico, that can be a 50-50.
Okay, so Google Maps suggests that it should be behind this wall, like it should be right there where that house is. Clearly this is wrong.
It's a little bit more fun to just say, okay, today's mission is to do A. Like just this one thing, and then just see, just explore, just walk around and see what happens, and your day will be
I have a slight issue. I need to go to the bathroom so bad. And the problem is, it's hard to just find a bathroom. I'm in a park right now. There's no bathrooms here. Also, if I ask somebody, again, I'm really bad at languages. And listen, this is my fault, but if I ask somebody where the bathroom is, chances are they're gonna tell me in French, and I'm just gonna have to try to decode what they told me. And
So I don't know if this is like a single mom thing, but I make sure I don't have to go. I leave that house, I make sure we're good, everything is okay. And so it's super rare for me to actually have to use the bathroom in public, but I have a son, and my son needs to use the bathroom a lot. So I have a lot of experience with figuring out where a bathroom is. Some days I find it super stressful where I'm like, ugh, we'll be in the middle of a tour at a fun place, in the middle of doing something fun with other people, and Alex is like, I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm just, where? So I will say, generally speaking, that asking for the baño, I don't care what country you're in, it's one of the simplest human necessities. Everyone knows what you need and they will do their best to help you. So whether you speak the language or not, baño, WC, bathroom, toilet, one of those words, they translate in so many languages. They will figure out what you need and they will point you in the right direction. I've had people walk me to bathrooms because they just get it. They get that it's an issue and it's a thing. So I'm not saying in every country and every culture, but just totally get the stressed out part, especially when you don't speak the language. But when you've got a kid that's gotta go, I can tell you at some point, Alex is just gonna go. He's just gonna pull it out and go. And so finding an appropriate place for him to go is important. Now, he's 12. He's not gonna pull it out and go literally everywhere. He'll be mortified at doing that. When you're solo, like Emma is, you can kind of gauge, you can take your time, you can decide to go back to the hotel, you can do whatever. When you're with a kid, sometimes it's a lot harder, and so finding a bathroom becomes its own game. We'll go back to the previous statement, like the scavenger hunt concept. It's like, this is mission A, find a bathroom and everything will be okay. Like that will make the day better, to have one more place that you can go. So, and in San Cris, there's many public baños, and I know where a decent amount are because I have a little boy that when he needs to go, he needs to go.
I walk into this bathroom and I see a toilet, so I start walking towards it, and then I get yelled at. And she was like, you have to pay to use the toilet.
So I'm kind of with her. This was one of the things that really surprised me about Mexico. I don't know why it surprised me. It's not the first time that I've experienced this. There are many parts in Europe where I had to pay a little bit to go to the bathroom. So I don't know how much she had to pay, but here in Mexico, it depends on where you're at. In Merida, Valladolid, Cancun, all those regions, I feel like 6 pesos was the common amount. I don't think I ever paid less. I definitely never paid more, but public bathrooms are a thing and you pay for them. Whether you use toilet paper or not, you pay for that. Speaking of which, there's often not toilet paper in the bathroom. And so when you pay, they'll ask you if you need toilet paper. Your answer is yes. As a woman, your answer is yes. But even as a boy, if you need to use it or if you think you might need to use it, just take it. Use it or don't use it, but just there's not gonna be any in the stall. That's my point. Here in San Cris, I have seen a range of prices. So the most expensive baños, public bathrooms, are 5 pesos. I've seen them as low as 2, and it definitely is a reflection of where you're at. So if you're in a more touristy area, probably gonna pay 5 pesos. If you're in a less touristy area, probably 2 pesos. And I've seen 3 and 4 and all of that jazz. So definitely carry small change with you when you're traveling through Mexico, because if you need to go to the bathroom or if your kid needs to go to the bathroom, then that's the thing. Now, that being said, a Walmart is definitely a free place you can go to the bathroom. I believe Chedraui and Soriana, those places, I believe they all had a bathroom that we could use for free just as a patron. Restaurants will also have a bathroom that you can use as a patron. So I've definitely done a couple times where Alex needed a restroom, we went to a restaurant, and while Alex just zoomed to the bathroom, I went and ordered a drink or something, just because it's not intended as a public bathroom. It is a courtesy for patrons. But most smaller stores, they don't have bathrooms, and if they do have a bathroom, it is not for you. It is only for the employees, and so you're not supposed to just walk into one. There are a pretty fair amount of public baños all over the place for, again, here between 2 to 5 pesos, and the expectation is that you can hold it long enough to get to one of these, and there are several in San Cris, so it's all good.
I lost my wallet. Listen, it would be one thing if I was at home and I lost my wallet, but I'm not home.
I'm really good at keeping track of my stuff, except when I'm not good at keeping track of my stuff. I have lost now 2 ATM cards in an ATM machine. I now know that when I find an ATM machine that gives me my money first and then gives me my card, that is a risky place for me to go, because there's a high chance that I'm gonna get my money and just head out, because that's exactly how I lost both of my ATM cards. Essentially, I'm distracted, I need to get the cash to do something else, and so I get the cash and I leave, and later in the day I realize, oh, I never got my card back. That sucks. On a most recent occasion, Karen and I went to a restaurant. We were at the downstairs location and we realized they had a rooftop option. And so we're like, hey, can we go to the rooftop? They were like, sure. And we just went. And as I'm up there, the waitress comes by and she's like, is this your purse that you left downstairs? I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, I've definitely left purses. In Merida, we would go places sometimes to use the internet. I would bring a charging cable for the laptop. So as I'm packing everything up, I've forgotten my charging cable, and so I would have to come back. I've never had it to where I didn't eventually find it. Like, the only time I've really lost something is in the ATM machine. I find generally people in Mexico are pretty kind, and they do kind of leave it there and or put it in the back for you. Yeah, grateful, because that would really suck to lose all of your identity while you're traveling. That would suck. Anyway, this was a video I just saw today, and it like every part of her video in some way I feel like affected my life currently, and I thought I would share it with you. So this is kind of the what if Emma were in Mexico translation.